It's James here from GoodGuitarist.com, and in today's lesson, we're going to learn how to play In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. It goes like this.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, oh Lord.
So if you listen to the original recording, this one's pretty sparse, you know, it's like really ambient until that super cool, like, you know, until that comes in, right? And even then, it's still really sparse. So we're just gonna play this in a really slow, emotive way, using some really basic guitar stuff like basic chord shapes, the most common strumming pattern ever. And if you need any help with those fundamental things, I have a free ebook that covers all of that. It'll help you get together all the basic chord switches, get your chord switching nice and tight, get your rhythm happening, you know, and there's a bunch of videos that go with it, all for free. I'll put a link down below. Otherwise, let's just dive right in with this one. We're gonna start off on an E minor chord, and from there go into D, and then C and D. And that's our main chord progression. So you want to make sure you're good with those switches. And before we add any strumming, I would take a moment to just strum each chord shape, counting to 4, downstrokes only. 1, 2, 3. You can even add the singing. Coming in the air tonight. Counting 1, 2, 3, 4, downstrokes only on each chord. That's a great exercise for getting that switching nice and tight and even adding the singing, you know, rather than waiting until you have the strumming down, because the singing and the strumming, that's the tricky part, not the singing and the chords. Anyways, let's take a look at that strumming pattern now. It goes like this. And that is the most common strumming pattern ever. And in this case, we're going to play it really, really slowly, which sometimes can be trickier than playing it at like a medium kind of tempo. Anyways, let's first break it down so we can nail the rhythm. I'm going to mute the strings by lightly touching them with my chord hand. And our pattern, nice and slow, goes 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, down, up, miss, up. And to learn it, I recommend breaking it down into 2 parts. The first half, down, down, up, 3, 4. So a downstroke on beat 1, a down up on 2 and then we're just counting 3, 4 as we keep our arm going. That way we can, you know, be rhythmic during the whole learning process. Down, down, up, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you know, I said it or I vocalized it in 3 different ways. I recommend picking the one that works best for you. Then we're gonna do the second half, going 1, 2, miss, up, down, up, 1, 2, miss, up, down, up. So I'm missing the strings on beat 3, up, down, up, and I'm sure to count 1, 2, and keep my arm moving with the rhythm. You do it just like that for each half, then you put the whole thing together. Down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Now we simply play that strumming pattern 1 time per chord shape, and that gives us the chorus. 3 and 4 and.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord.
But we can get a little bit expressive by accenting some beats and pulling some back. Accenting means to kind of like give like, I don't know, 10, 15% more force into it. And then pulling it back, you're putting a bit less into it, right? So instead of doing it like that, we can do it more like. And I recommend accenting the and after 2 and beat 4. So giving those ones a little more oomph and then pulling the rest of it back. So just gripping your pick a little less. You know, the tighter you grip your pick, the louder it gets. You know, even though I'm moving my arm with the same amount of force, I'm controlling the volume simply by gripping my pick tighter or looser. So we go looser. And then for the and after 2, oh, that's a bit too much, you know. So you got to find like a nice balancing point. And you just take your time with it. Learning the strumming pattern without any of the accents obviously is step number 1. But once you have it really comfortable and you're really feeling it, we can even just count out loud going down, down, up, down. And just saying those strokes a bit louder. And you'll probably end up playing them louder too. You know, your body has a funny way of working that way, right? Now, when it comes to playing this entire song, that's the main chord progression. And for the chorus, we would play that 3 times. Then we would play the E minor chord for 4 measures. So we do our strumming pattern 4 times on E minor. And that makes up the entire chorus. Now, for the verse, we're going to change things up a little bit. Here are the chords for the verse. So we're playing our strumming pattern 2 times on E minor, 2 times on D, 2 times on C, and then instead of coming back up to D, we're going to play it 2 times on G. And then we do that all over again, and that gives us our verse. So we're adding the G chord. Like, this is a great exercise, just going E minor, D, C, G, and just strumming each one. You could even do that with a metronome, like nice and slow, like 60 beats per minute to really test your chord shapes. And if you do want to be able to, you know, work towards stuff like that, in my free ebook, I have all of the methods for getting your chord switching to be that quick and tight. Regardless, I recommend just writing this out. You know, you could even print off the lyrics for the song and write this out beside the verse. Write out the chord progression for the chorus beside the chorus. I'll put it right here for your convenience. And then you have the chords for the right number of times, because that's the weakness when you just look up the chords and lyrics on like whatever website Google shows you. You know, it doesn't really tell you exactly how many times to play each chord for, how many times a strumming pattern is used on each chord, etc. That's why I've laid it all out here nice and clearly for you. Anyways, if you need help with anything here, please let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoy learning guitar with me, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, like the video. And if you want to take your playing a step further, that free ebook is a great start. I also have an all-access pass to my website, which unlocks all my courses, going over everything that you want to know about guitar, from the basics all the way in to some really cool stuff, you know, and it's a lot of fun. You get all my YouTube bonuses like worksheets, full play-alongs, and I also have a community, which is where you can literally post videos of yourself playing and I can watch it and say, hey, change this or that, you know, and you can get that feedback that you usually don't get when you take YouTube lessons or an online course. So I, you know, definitely recommend checking that out if you want to really take your guitar playing to the next level and to like have fun doing it, because ultimately guitar is a lot of fun. Anyways, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.